The fastest way to build connection. A person's name is not just a word. It's part of their identity. When you use someone's name naturally in a conversation, their brain immediately pays attention. Why? Because since childhood, we've been trained to respond to our name. In a noisy room, you might ignore everything, but the moment someone says your name, your focus shifts instantly. That's power. When you say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah," or "That's a great point, Ahmed," it feels personal. It feels intentional. It feels respectful. But here's the key. Don't overuse it. If you repeat someone's name every sentence, it feels unnatural and manipulative. Use it lightly. Use it at the beginning, maybe once in the middle, and perhaps at the end when you say goodbye. Simple example. Imagine you meet someone at a networking event. Person A says, "Nice meeting you. I hope we talk again." Person B says, "It was great meeting you, Daniel. I'd love to stay in touch." Same message, different impact. The second one feels warmer, more memorable, more human. Using someone's name signals attention. It tells them, "I see you, I remember you." And in a world where most people forget details, remembering a name is impressive. Here's a practical tip. When you hear someone's name for the first time, repeat it once immediately. "Nice to meet you, Aisha." That small repetition helps your memory lock it in. If you don't hear it clearly, ask again politely. That shows you care. Connection is built in small details, and a name is one of the smallest details with the biggest impact. Tip 6. Speak clearly and slightly slower. Many people think speaking fast makes them look smart. It doesn't. Speaking too fast makes you look nervous. When you rush your words, your message loses strength. Your voice becomes unstable. Your breathing becomes shallow, and your listener feels pressured. Confidence sounds calm. When you speak clearly and slightly slower than average, 3 things happen. First, people understand you better. Second, you sound more controlled. Third, you give your words weight. Think about strong leaders and respected speakers. They don't rush. They pause. They allow silence. They let their sentences land. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Now imagine 2 people introducing themselves. Person A speaks quickly, slightly breathless, words blending together. Person B speaks at a steady pace. Clear pronunciation, relaxed pauses. Even if both say the same thing, who sounds more confident? The second person. Here's something important. When you slow down slightly, you also reduce filler words like, you know. Those fillers make you sound unsure. Practice this. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Then listen. Are you rushing? Are you swallowing words? Are you pausing naturally? Improvement starts with awareness. Strong communication is not about complicated vocabulary. It's about clarity. Tip 7. Dress appropriately and neatly. Before you speak, before you smile, before you move, people see your appearance. This is not about wearing expensive clothes. It's about being neat, clean, and appropriate for the situation. Clothing sends signals. Wrinkled clothes signal carelessness. Clean, well-fitted clothes signal self-respect. When you respect yourself, people subconsciously respect you. Imagine 2 candidates walking into an interview. One looks unprepared, clothes slightly messy, shoes not clean. The other looks simple but neat, clean shoes, iron shirt, tidy hair. Even before speaking, assumptions are formed. You may not like it, but it's reality. The goal is not to impress with luxury. The goal is to remove distractions. When your appearance is clean and appropriate, people focus on your words, not your flaws. Your outer presentation reflects your inner discipline. Tip 8. Control your energy. Energy is invisible, but it is felt immediately. Some people enter a room and bring calmness. Some people enter and bring chaos. You don't need to be loud to be impressive. You don't need to dominate a room. Stable energy is powerful. If you're too excited, too loud, too intense, it can feel overwhelming. If you're too low, too quiet, too disconnected, it can feel boring. Balance is key. Calm, present, engaged. Imagine shaking someone's hand. If your energy is anxious and rushed, they feel it. If your energy is grounded and steady, They feel that too. Before entering any important situation, pause for 5 seconds. Take a slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Remind yourself, I am calm. Your nervous system affects theirs. When you control your internal state, you influence the external atmosphere. Tip 9. Be genuinely interested, not interesting. This is a mindset shift. Most people walk into conversations thinking, how can I look impressive? Very few people think, how can I make this person feel valued? When you focus on being interesting, you perform. When you focus on being interested, you connect. And connection is more powerful than performance. Ask thoughtful questions. Notice small details. Respond with curiosity. For example, if someone mentions they recently traveled, instead of saying, oh, I've traveled a lot too, try asking, what was the most surprising thing about that place? That small shift changes the entire direction of the conversation. You move from competition to connection, and connection leaves a lasting mark. Tip 10. End strong. First impressions matter, but so do last impressions. How you close a conversation can strengthen everything you built in the first minutes. Don't disappear awkwardly. End with clarity and warmth. It was really nice talking with you. I enjoyed this conversation. I hope we can continue this soon. Add their name if appropriate. Smile. Make eye contact. Leave with calm energy. People remember beginnings and endings most clearly. So don't waste the final seconds. Now understand something important. Impressing people is not about manipulation. It's about awareness. Small behaviors create strong signals in the human brain. Smile genuinely. Stand tall. Maintain balanced eye contact. Listen deeply. Use their name. Speak clearly. Dress neatly. Control your energy. Be interested. End strong. None of these require talent. They require intention. In just 10 seconds, someone can decide if they trust you. In just 10 seconds, someone can open a door for you or close it. You don't control everything in life, but you do control how you show up. And when you show up calm, respectful, attentive, and confident, opportunities begin to move toward you. Remember this. You don't impress people by trying to look powerful. You impress them when your presence feels safe, stable, and real. Practice these behaviors daily, not only in interviews, not only in meetings. In normal life, confidence is not an event. It's a habit. And the more you train it, the more natural it becomes. One day, you won't have to think about smiling. You won't have to think about posture. You won't have to think about eye contact. It will be who you are. And when that happens, first impressions won't feel stressful. They'll feel like opportunities. Now go practice. Go observe. Go improve. Because in a world where seconds matter, small details change everything. A person's name is more than just a label. It's part of who they are. It's the sound they responded to since childhood. It's tied to their identity. So when you say someone's name naturally in conversation, something shifts in their mind. They feel noticed. They feel respected. They feel acknowledged. And that creates instant warmth. But here's where most people get it wrong. They either avoid using the name completely, which makes the interaction feel distant and formal, or they overuse it so much that it sounds forced and fake. The key is balance. So, how do you use someone's name naturally? Simple formula. First, use it when you greet them. Nice to meet you, Sarah. Great to meet you, Daniel. That first moment immediately feels more personal. Second, use it once when they share something meaningful. If they say something important, respond like this. That's a really interesting point, Daniel. I respect that, Sarah. Now they feel heard. Third, use it again when you close the conversation. It was really nice meeting you, Daniel. I enjoyed our conversation, Sarah. That makes the ending stick. You don't need to repeat their name 20 times. 2 or 3 times placed correctly is enough. Why does this work? Because the brain loves familiarity. In a first meeting, everything feels new and slightly uncertain. When you use someone's name, you create a small sense of familiarity. And familiar feels safe. Safe feels comfortable. Comfortable feels like connection. Picture this. You meet a manager for the first time. Person A says, nice to meet you. Polite, neutral, forgettable. Person B says, "Nice to meet you, Mr. Carter." "That makes sense, Mr. Carter." "I appreciate your time, Mr. Carter." Now what happens? The manager feels acknowledged, feels respected, feels important. And even if person B says less overall, they'll likely be remembered more because they made it personal. When someone introduces themselves, repeat their name quietly in your mind. Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. If you forget their name, you lose this advantage. Train yourself to catch it quickly. Tip 6, positive attitude. The energy people want to stay around. This skill is underrated. People don't fall in love with perfection. They connect with positivity. In a first meeting, positivity sends a silent message. This person is emotionally steady. This person won't drain me. This person brings good energy. And in a world where so many people are stressed and overwhelmed, a positive person feels like fresh air. But positivity doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It doesn't mean fake excitement or forced happiness. It means calm optimism. It means focusing on solutions. It means not turning the first meeting into a complaint session. Many people make this mistake. They start venting immediately. "My boss is terrible. My life is so hard. This place is a mess. People are selfish." Even if it's true, the first impression becomes negative, heavy, stressful. And no one wants more stress. Instead, say something like, "It was challenging, but I learned a lot. I'm focused on improving. I'm excited for new opportunities." That's positivity with maturity. Imagine two people meeting a potential business partner. Person A says, "I'm tired of my current job. Nothing works there. The team is useless." Instant reaction? Heavy. Person B says, "My previous role taught me a lot. Now I'm looking forward to growing and contributing more." Instant reaction? Stable. Strong. Who feels more impressive? The second person. Because positivity shows emotional control. It shows you can handle life without collapsing. And emotional control is attractive. In your first meeting, don't be the one who brings darkness. Be the one who brings calm. People might forget your exact words, but they will always remember how they felt around you. Tip 7, communication. Speak in a way that builds trust. Communication isn't about fancy vocabulary. It isn't about talking fast. And it definitely isn't about talking nonstop. It's about being easy to understand. When people understand you easily, they automatically think, "This person is clear. This person is confident. This person is intelligent." In a first meeting, no one has time to decode you. They want clarity. So here's how you make it practical. First, slow down. Speaking too fast feels like nervousness. It feels like you're trying to prove something. When you slow your speech slightly, even just 20%, you sound more controlled. Slow equals steady. Steady equals confident. Second, use short sentences. Long sentences create confusion. Short sentences create clarity. Clarity builds trust. Instead of saying, "I was thinking maybe we could possibly discuss something that might benefit both of us," say, "I think this can work for both of us. Let's discuss it clearly." Direct, simple, strong. Third, stop over-explaining. When you justify every word, it looks like insecurity. Say what needs to be said. Then pause. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength. Instead of, "I'm sorry if this sounds wrong, but maybe I think," say, "My opinion is this." Clean, confident. Fourth, focus on tone. Tone matters more than vocabulary. You can use perfect words with a cold tone and still fail. Or you can use simple words with warmth and connect deeply. A warm tone means calm voice, friendly energy, no shouting, no whispering. Fifth, ask good questions. You don't need to prove how much you know. You need to show how well you think. Ask things like, "What do you enjoy most about your work? What's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? What do you value most in someone you work with?" Good questions make you look thoughtful and mature. Think about a building. If it looks straight and balanced, you trust it instantly. If it looks cracked or unstable, you feel nervous. Communication works the same way. When your words are organized and clear, people feel safe listening to you. And when they feel safe, they trust you. Tip 8. Be open and confident. The energy that makes you stand out without trying. Confidence is not arrogance. It's not acting superior. Confidence is being comfortable in your own skin. In first meetings, many people wear a mask. They try too hard. They pretend. But the human brain senses fake energy quickly. Real confidence feels calm and natural. That feels real. Think about the sun. It doesn't try to impress anyone. It doesn't compete. It simply shines. And because it shines naturally, everything around it feels warmth. Confidence works the same way. You don't force attention. You just show up as yourself. And that quiet strength stands out. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's built through repetition. Every conversation trains you. Every awkward moment strengthens you. One day it becomes natural. You don't need to act rich. You don't need perfect English. You don't need to show off achievements. You need clarity, calmness, respect, authenticity. Tip 9. Genuine compliments. The fastest way to create warmth. A real compliment is powerful. It opens people up, but it must be genuine. If it's fake, people feel immediately. A strong compliment has 3 qualities. First, it's specific. Instead of "you're amazing," say, "I liked how clearly you explained that." Specific means you were paying attention. Second, focus on effort or character, not just appearance. Compliment their thinking, discipline, calmness, creativity, or work ethic. Those feel deeper and more mature. Third, keep your tone calm. Don't exaggerate. If you praise too much, it feels like you want something. Compliment to show respect, not to manipulate. Say things like, "Your presentation was very structured. It was easy to follow. I respect how calm you stayed while explaining that. You have a very clear way of thinking." Now they feel understood. Why does this work? Because most people feel invisible. Everyone is busy thinking about themselves. When you notice something good and say it clearly, you give them a rare feeling. I was seen. And people return to those who make them feel seen. Tip 10. Sense of humor. The skill that makes you easy to talk to. Used correctly, humor breaks tension instantly. It turns a formal setting into a human one. But it must be mature. This doesn't mean telling endless jokes or making fun of people. It means keeping the mood light. Smile easily. Laugh naturally. Add one light comment at the right moment. Avoid sarcasm, dark jokes, or sensitive topics in first meetings. You don't know their boundaries yet. Humor shows social confidence. It shows you're relaxed. Imagine a serious meeting. You speak professionally. You listen carefully. Then, at the right moment, you add one gentle, appropriate light comment with a smile. Now they feel professional but human. That combination is rare and impressive. When you combine genuine compliments and respectful humor, 2 emotions appear in the other person. They feel valued. They feel relaxed. Valued plus relaxed equals trust. Tip 11. Respect. The silent skill that builds instant trust. Respect is not just polite words. It's behavior. It tells the other person, "You're safe with me. I won't belittle you. I won't compete with you. I won't cross boundaries." And in a first meeting, safety matters more than anything. There are 4 levels of respect people notice immediately. First, respect their time. Arrive on time. Don't waste minutes with meaningless talk. Don't interrupt. When you respect someone's time, you're respecting their life. Second, respect their voice. Let them finish speaking, even if you disagree. Listening without interrupting shows maturity and emotional control. Third, respect boundaries. Don't ask deeply personal questions too soon. Don't invade their privacy. Allow closeness to grow naturally. Fourth, respect everyone, not just powerful people. How you treat a receptionist, a waiter, or a junior employee says more about your character than how you treat a CEO. Politeness only to powerful people is strategy. Politeness to everyone is character. Respect protects your reputation. People may forget your exact words, but they will never forget how you made them feel. If they felt disrespected, they remember discomfort. If they felt respected, they remember peace. And peace is rare. Tip 13. Maintain your turnout. The disciplined people can see. Your turnout isn't about fashion. It's about self-respect. Hair, shoes, breath, nails, posture, cleanliness, small details. When someone meets you, their brain scans quickly. Does this person take care of themselves? If you can't manage small details, people subconsciously question bigger responsibilities. Clean hair says discipline. Clean shoes say attention to detail. Fresh breath prevents instant discomfort. Neat nails signal order. Tiny things speak loudly. Imagine two people walking into a meeting. One looks slightly messy. The other looks simple but clean and organized. Even with equal talent, who feels more reliable? The one who looks disciplined. Turnout also affects your own mind. When you prepare yourself properly, you send a message inward. I matter. My presence matters. Self-respect builds confidence. Confidence builds calmness. Calmness builds presence. You don't need to become someone else to impress people. You need a calm presence, a respectful attitude, a clean appearance, a confident mindset, a genuine heart. First impressions are not tricks. They are energy. When you walk into a room, people don't just see you. They feel you. If you consistently smile naturally, communicate clearly, maintain relaxed body language, listen more than you speak, use names properly, give real compliments, stay positive, use respectful humor, respect everyone, and keep yourself neat, your personality transforms. And when your personality changes, your opportunities change. You can impress someone in seconds, but you earn respect through consistency. And respect leads to better jobs, stronger relationships, deeper connections, bigger opportunities. So the real question isn't, can I impress people? The real question is, am I ready to become the kind of person people naturally respect? Start today, because your next meeting might change your life.